So, this is my dislikes of 2017. Majority beauty products, really. I've always been like a really big fan of hard candy for quite a while now. I have a couple of issues, and most of it's not really like hard candy. Although a lot of the new stuff they're releasing, I don't know, it just hasn't really like wowed me really. But the problem I have with it, and the reason why it's kind of come down from my being like one of my favorite brands to being like, yeah, it's alright, is the lack of availability. The fact that it's only available at Walmart, and Walmart has kind of ventured into becoming a more ghetto store. At least the one near me is kind of like, it just feels like nobody gives a shit, which they're notoriously horrible to the people that work for them, so yeah, I'm sure nobody gives a shit. But like the store itself kind of just feels, I don't know. So the fact that it's only available at Walmart, and you can buy them online, so you don't actually have to go to the store, but the trouble with buying it online is I got this one on their website. I think this is the only one left you can buy on their website, and this is an old design. They have completely repackaged this palette, all the palettes, the top 10 classics, they've repackaged them, like redesigned. And you cannot find like any of the new releases that Hard Candy advertises on their Instagram. You can't find any of that on the Walmart website. Like, you really have to dig. It's more of a Walmart problem than it is a Hard Candy problem, but given that Hard Candy is only available at Walmart, unless you buy it on like Amazon or eBay or whatever, it's just a little frustrating. What pulled me in was they used to do like, they had the takeout set. It came in like a little takeout box and things like that, and it was really cute and clever, and I really love this lace packaging and everything. But now it's kind of bland a bit. When you have a name like Hard Candy, come on. The palettes are wonderful. I use them a lot, but I think, well, one, because they're older palettes and I probably need to start phasing them out anyways. I think I'm gonna start phasing them out. And there's another product that will come up in a different category that I use of hard candies that is acceptable for certain things, but not really for what I want it for. Wet n Wild's eyeshadow primer. I'm gonna say definitely not for me. I really didn't like it, mainly because anytime I used it, it would immediately make my eyes water, which obviously when you're getting ready to do eyeshadow is not something you really want. So they really irritated my eyes, and I don't feel like the payoff was worth the watery eyes, because I don't really feel like it did much in regards to keeping my eyeshadow on. Not really that impressed. I have these guys, these 6 little ones here. They're from an Essence makeup box, but the box was like this thick and like that big. It was kind of cumbersome and clunky, and it was cute. It was a really cute idea, but again, like I said, kind of cumbersome and clunky. So I took them out, especially for like these little pods here. It was cumbersome and clunky. So I managed to take them out. I don't really gravitate to these a lot. They're really pretty though. I think the one I've used the most is this one here. It's got this really pretty shimmer to it. This guy, however, I don't gravitate towards ever. I bought it because it looked interesting and it looked like something that I don't gravitate towards, so I wanted to try it, but I haven't really done anything with it. I think I've done one look with it, and other than that, I forget I even have it half the time. So I have this red one by Essence in Red Blush, and I do use it frequently, but I'm not really super impressed with it. I feel like there's better quality lip liners out there, especially in pencil form. This is a Hard Candy Velvet Mousse matte lip color. It's very pretty. It smells yummy. It's called Hibiscus. It's a really pretty pink. I just really do not like the shape of this container. It's bizarre. It makes like no sense. This one is Wet Ever Bold Hold Lip Lacquer, also by Hard Candy. This one is called Entitled. I don't know why you would use a transparent sticker on one of the darker shades. Again, the packaging being really, like, why? Although I like this idea of, like, the dripping beveled into it. I don't know. Hard Candy used to be so cute. These are metallic liquid lipsticks from Wet n Wild. They're really pretty. I just haven't utilized them. This one is probably my favorite. Not really into these because they're lip glosses. This as well. Wet n Wild lip gloss. It's so pretty though. Look at that Barbie glitter. Like, I love the strawberries and cream. I wish it actually, like, smelled like strawberries and cream. I don't know. I mean, I got them on sale, so how do you really argue with half of this? Oh. I threw this lip palette out because it made me so mad. The Wet n Wild Queen of My Heart spring collection from last year came with this lip palette. You guys see me open and everything. The trouble is, a lot of the colors, I was really hoping they would be like super pigmented and it would all pay off. But a lot of the colors were not that pigmented. Even the ones you think would be really pigmented, like the really rich dark colors. And on top of that, like, they gave you a brush to go with it, but as soon as you put the brush in, because of the texture of all of the lip colors, it just went straight through and directly hit pan. And just by, like, swatching it for you guys in a video, I hit pan and, like, almost cleaned out several of them. It felt like makeup I could have given to, like, my nieces when they were like 6 or 7, you know, something like that. And that just, it really frustrated me. This is the other Hard Candy thing that I was talking about, where it's acceptable, but it doesn't really do what I want it to do. It's the green color correcting concealer, and if I get blemishes around here mostly, and they're usually like the really fuck all big ones that are like bright red, and so I try to diffuse it with some green correct. It moves around the blemish more than neutralizing the red, and like it works on like my cheeks, my red cheeks really well, but for blemishes, not so much. I think I'm gonna give a different color correct a try. This is the Wet n Wild color wheel. I have never used the white and never used the purple. It is like immaculate. It's kind of difficult to use this. It is very much a paint consistency. It's just a little difficult to work with, and I prefer like the wand applicators. It just makes life a lot easier. But you know, I keep this on hand just in case I need a backup in case I run out. But I did have a Wet n Wild setting spray, but I threw it out because I just didn't really feel like it actually did anything. It just kind of made my everything feel sticky. This Wet n Wild setting powder, it's like a matte setting powder. I don't notice any sort of change. The only time I use it is if I don't want to use this one, which has kind of a shimmery sheen to it. I have these powders still because even after I use like my setting spray, anytime I'm doing like a lot of walking and moving around and what have you, so my body temperature will go up, I will start sweating on my face profusely. So I always put powder on to sort of neutralize that as much as possible. Oh, the Wet n Wild Ultimate Sheer Tinted Moisturizer. I tossed it. I don't think they even sell it anymore. I don't think it's really worth it. I tend to myself prefer like more full coverage foundation. So tinted moisturizers are I feel like more for people that don't really want to wear foundation. They just want like a little. This is the Wet n Wild makeup remover for eyes, lips, and face, the micellar cleansing water. I hate this stuff. The only reason why it's nearly gone is because I needed it for like necessity purposes because I was out of makeup wipes. It feels like an oil serum rather than water, like it says. And it looks watery. It doesn't look oily, but on the skin, it's terrible. I don't like it. I'm going to pour it out and clean it out and use the bottle for something else. Now, the only reason why this one has a frowny face next to it on my original list is not because of the product itself, because I thought they were really good wipes. I got 2 packs at the beginning of 2017, and I thought they were really great. The reason why they got a frowny face next to them is because, unfortunately, Simple is not cruelty-free. However, Elf's makeup remover wipes got a frowny face and then like a big no next to it because they legit hurt using them. Like, it felt like using sandpaper to remove my makeup. It was terrible. And they were so strongly perfume scented, and it just agitated my skin afterwards, and no. I used their cactus water as a toner for a little while, and it was nice, but I prefer my rose water toner. Especially during the summer, like the cactus water I felt was kind of stickier. The Peach Pore Scrub by Burt's Bees. It's like an exfoliate, and it doesn't really hurt. It was just, it didn't feel like it was actually like getting into the pores and scrubbing them like it was like it said it would. And it did not smell like peach. It smelled awful. A Cure shampoo and conditioner. I hated it. I actually went back to Target and got my money back because I washed my hair and then the very next day it felt oily, like I hadn't washed my hair in a week. And I was just like, nope, don't like it. Splat hair dye. No, never again. I just, like, anytime I see, like, splat hair dye, I'm like, no. I had the worst experience using the purple in my hair this past summer. It wasn't until, like, I dyed my hair, like, the last weekend of June before I left for Las Vegas. And then it didn't stop bleeding and draining anytime it was wet or I sweat, which you tend to do a lot of in Phoenix, Arizona in the summer. It wasn't until October that I started to notice that it finally stopped draining in the tub. I tried this bath bomb called Soaky Doky Bath Bomb from Rue 21 and I hated it. And I wouldn't have been so mad if for the fact that it was the same price as a Lush bath bomb, but it dropped immediately to the bottom of the tub, and it like barely fizzled out. It took forever to fizzle out. It just kind of was like, and after it finally dissolved, because I had to help it dissolve by like crumpling up bits and pieces that didn't want to dissolve, and my bath water is usually pretty hot, like not scalding, but pretty hot. When I finally got in the tub, though, after it finally dissolved, it felt like there was sand in my tub. Like, you go to the beach and then you take a bath afterwards. Usually you take a shower, but I don't take showers because I'm like terrified that I'm gonna like fall in the shower because of my bone disease and also my slight neuroses apparently. But it felt like the last time I went to the beach I was 13, and I didn't even like, well, I laid on a blanket in the sand and made like a sandcastle, so I did interact with the sand, but I didn't even like go into the water or anything. I mostly just stayed on the beach, and taking a bath that night was like insane, and it felt like that. And it was not an enjoyable experience. It was awful. I felt like I was a fish in a tank or something. It was bad. So that was the main reason why I was so pissed off, was because it was like a Lush bath bomb can be from $5 to about 9 or 10, depending. And this was about $7 or $8 on this horrid bath bomb. And it was just, no. And that, my lovelies, is my dislikes of beauty products in the year 2017. Bye, you guys.